Lineup, and for the third straight game, no Sue Bird for Seattle. So Jordan Canada starting at the point for the Storm. And Brianna Stewart with the tip, and right away Jordan Canada, using her speed, a league in rebounding, comes up with it. Tipped away by Kennedy Burke. And Burke picks up right where she... A lot of offense in her arsenal. There's Alamong. Over to Mitchell, spots it, hits it. Losses to Indiana and then Las Vegas. Natasha Howard, who committed the foul on Achanwa, now tries to get around it.
And not allowing that drive.
Stewart guarded by Dupree again on this trip, and she just...
That didn't do anything for you.
That is not effective against Stewart, and now she's off the mark. But Howard right there for the offensive rebound, got good position on Dupree.
So, like, sometimes she doesn't always have the right word, and so she'll be like, coo, coo, ah, and, you know, like, makes these funny little sounds to get her teammates' attention, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so
What Alamon wants to say on that Belgian national team, Emma Mieseman among her teammates who qualified for the Olympics for the first time.
Very well. She can shoot it, she can drive it. She an assist, obviously, one of the best in the league. Oh, there she is.
Was dying. She's hit back-to-back threes. And you see it's an 8-0 Indiana run. 6 of those points coming from Alamon.
Like the mood in the building was that they were going to lose. And so, you know, hey, fire up your team. Whatever you got to do. They won.
On the court, as Holly's mentioned, on the job all the time, seeing things happening in the bubble.
Has been able to attack the rim. She has been turning the corner on Seattle's defense. Kathleen Doyle doing the same there on Jordan.
Played for Lisa Bluter at Iowa. Cox inside, and the finish.
Well, that stopped 6-7.
McCowan checking into the game. And coming in for Achanwa, who started tonight. Kennedy Burke finds that one go off the rim. Now Seattle in stride. Nice catch.
More minutes, and of course you're going to have more productivity, but it's, are you more efficient? Has your role completely changed? Nice pass.
We're going to get to see both Laney and Hines Allen tomorrow when we're here.
And maybe Kennedy Carter.
How about that? Kennedy can play.
Looking forward to getting her back on the court. Julie Alamon back.
You see the offensive rebound differential. Seattle having trouble with boards, and in that game Thursday they were out rebounded by 16 in the loss to EA.
I like this look with Doyle and Alamon on the court at the same time, really spreading the floor. And there's, I mean, she just has a level of confidence in this season so far. I mean, look at the handle, and McMagor has length on that.
He's not hit a shot, in fact scoreless tonight in 10 minutes of work. Stewart can bring it up all by herself. 3-on-1. Clark, easy finish.
Or just look to attack.
Seattle leads the league in steals. They get another one, this time from Stewie. And another, it almost looked like an instant replay of the previous run down the floor.
Yeah, Indiana just too casual with the basketball. Victoria Vivians, you saw her for several games, but then that knee bothered her once again. Stephanie Wavunga out, so just a lot of moves. Only had 8 players available at the time. I mean, Tiffany Mitchell was starting and is now out of the lineup, so just a really nice job of moving pieces and staying afloat in the playoff.
Alamon time, a little bit too short. Clark gets it quickly up court to Whitcomb, and Brianna Stewart running the court.
Indiana have to work.
Indiana not getting a lot of offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities. Stewart was able to fight off Alicia Jenkins to get the ball.
And just another possession for Indiana. Only one player touches the ball. Really didn't get a quality look.
Career at Wake Forest, the Erica Hamby's alma mater.
That's what it is, ma'am. It's Erica Hamby's alma mater.
That's it. Oh, Alicia, offensive class has just been shut down by Seattle. Brianna Stewart is so athletic.
Brianna Stewart receiving that pass, that high pass from Natasha Howard, and then finding
their body and then got back at it. Really worked hard at practice yesterday, and they decided, Jordan Canada said, to get back to their defensive mindset. Finally get it.
Just under 9 seconds left to go. McMagor back in the game. Stewart's always a good option. Oh my gosh.
Well, triple-double, not a quadruple-double. What is that?
That'd be a quintuple-double if you're talking 5.
Oh, look at you. Back into this game. They've got to do more of what we saw from them on the offensive end towards the end of that second quarter, using their pressure releases, allowing the ball.
Alamon inside to Achanwa. It looked like Clark might have been holding her a little bit. Forced another turnover. And Stewart, new head coach this year, and there you see the numbers. So Alamon doing a lot of dribbling. Here's Achanwa, who was able to find real estate.
Take advantage of that, but Clark started her career as a post player.
That is one pass too many. Another steal for Seattle and a terrific. Seattle up 13. They trailed by 1 after 1 quarter, but they have taken control. Good double brought on Dupree. Passes over to Achanwa.
See right here, just the cut into the lane by Dupree in the post up. And because she had the angle on that seal, when Stewart comes to help.
Clark, short. Cox, who just came in, can't handle the rebound, and Howard was able to.
Skill set. But she still has that post mentality and how physical she can be in the paint. What a pass by Jewel Lloyd.
Lauren Cox turned it over last time. She tried to get it into McCowan. This time she did it.
Passing the little things, not just looking to score.
3rd overall pick this year. Cox gets it all the way across the court. And Candace Dupree, calmly, like she does everything, puts it in. Cuts the lead down to 12. Seattle is led by as many as 16. Oh, Brianna Stewart.
Right here, Brianna Stewart sets the screen and just goes right to the rim. No one turns to box out.
Against Clark. Shot clock dying for Kelsey Mitchell. Throws up a wild one and it goes. And Lauren Cox. Epiphany Prince is in for Seattle and Crystal Langhorne in for the first time tonight. Stewart comes way out to pick up Lauren Cox. Oh, and she is hit.
And when I mentioned Crystal Dangerfield earlier, you know, there are obviously some rookies that have dealt with injuries.
I barely remembered her because she was sort of overshadowed by everybody else.
Yeah.
But you get to the pros, and some players just mature into elite players, and she seems to be on her way.
Well, you get enough time as Whitcomb gets the lane.
An initiative that they have been following through every single game all season long. Alamon from the outside, been quiet. 3. She has 11. She and Kelsey Mitchell in double figures for, and she has 11 tonight. So she's broken out of her mini slump in that 2-game losing streak to Indiana and Las Vegas. Achanwa with the nice roll.
To Achanwa. Brianna Stewart jumps out. It looks like she maybe wanted to trap Burke, but was too late. A lot of it centering around, Jasmine Thomas's play in the latter half of the first half of the WNBA season. And Burke with the putback.
Compare her in high school to some of the greats, and he could see greatness in her, and it's kind of cool for him to be coaching against his high school player tonight.
One of the tougher jobs, I think, when you look across the Seattle roster, because you never know when Sue Bird might come back, right? But you got to stay ready. Wine in the W. But we do. We have a lot of fun. Holly does a great segment on what's happening in the bubble. The bubble
in minutes played per game in the league so far this season, so they're out there a lot. Good hustle by Howard to save the possession.
Yeah, she has been fantastic tonight.
Oh, and then she goes in, finishes, and is fouled. Howard looking very...
Right here, Natasha Howard just sacrificing her body, saves the possession, and is not over there. Gets back into play, takes it to the rack, continues to grow hearing stories, or how valuable it was, continues to grow hearing stories like that. So not just as a basketball player, but in all aspects. I mean, that's the idea.
Let's see some effort. There we go.
You and I are going to do jump ball. Next time we're on the court together, me and you are doing a jump ball.
Kelsey Mitchell. And change quickly. Again, we'll be here tomorrow at 7 Eastern time for the Mystics and the Dreams, who have lost loved ones during this time. She lost her dad a few weeks ago, and it's just a very tough time. But Mitchell, a great kid, went to South Carolina, when they were not much and turned them into a national powerhouse. Seattle avenges the loss to Indiana last Thursday. They will try to avenge the loss to Las Vegas on Thursday, 2 days from now. Seattle still in first place as they're a half game ahead of Vegas, the team